Okay, in the last class, we were discussing about the symbol tables. So we'll continue that. Only one small topic is left. I'll complete that. Whenever the language contains block structures and you will have to use the names in different parts of the program, then we use a shelf of symbol tables because the structure will be nested and therefore we will have to maintain the newly updated values in the symbol table also. And sometimes it is required to have the previous values also. Therefore, we track everything using. Yes.
Ma'am, are you sharing the screen?
Oh, one second. Maybe it's not shared. Just a minute. Thank you, Shiva. Yeah, I think I forgot. Yes. Okay. Anyways, I didn't tell much. This is the first slide. Thank you, Shiva. So what we do is we use the shelf of symbol tables. And in the last class, I showed one example, like how the evaluation will be done whenever the blocks structure and the nested structure is involved in the code. So along with the two operations which I mentioned, like lookup the table as well as the insert operation, along with these two operations, we also have to track the begin and end of every scope, that is a lexical scope. Where does it begin and where does it end? That's very important because this decides whether to create a new symbol table or not. So therefore, along with those two operations, we also should take care of additional calls, which is meant for initializing and finalizing the scope of the table. So let us proceed with this. So there are two functions: initialize scope, which always increments the current level and creates a new symbol table for that level. Earlier in my last class, I had told about how to track using the static coordinate, where it will maintain the level and also the offset will be taken so that you know which location it is there. So that helps you to track the level number and the variables at some offset. So this initialized scope will increment the current level and it creates a new symbol table for that level. Okay, so this is one thing. And the other thing is, whenever the scope ends, we have to change to the current level pointer so that it points to the table for the scope surrounding the current level and then decrements the current level. Means whenever it is nested, no, you would have seen that I had given example level 2A, then level 2B. Within level 2B, we had level 3. So it incremented, and then when you want to access something, if it is not found in the current symbol table, then it will have to decrement and see the surrounding level. Okay, so like this it happens, and means it will have to close the scope of the current level, and then it has to go to the next level, access the variables there, and then if it is not found there also, then it will have to move again to the surrounding level and so on. So this goes till the level 0 if it is not found. Okay, so even at level 0, if it is not found, then it becomes an error because that symbol, that particular symbol does not exist. So like this it happens, means every time when we create a new table, it will increment the level number and it will allocate the space for all the variables in that level. And similarly, whenever the scope ends, it will use the finalize the scope and it will decrement the current level and moves to the surrounding level and so on. So this is tracked easily and using the shelf of tables. So whatever I explained, the same thing is there. Along with insert and lookup, we have initialize scope and the finalize scope. So let us apply this to our example. So this is our example. So what we do is initially we take the variable that is w, static int w, that is at level 0. So first we initialize the scope for that. We call that function initialize scope. And then what we do is we have to insert this w, because this is the start of the program. So we are assuming that w does not exist in the current symbol table. So we insert w into the current symbol table. And then also in the next statement, we are getting x. So that also will be inserted. And then we insert the next variable name, that is example. See, if you see W and X, they are the normal variables which are used as like the normal variables, whereas example is a variable name which is used for the function. So anyway, it will be treated in the similar way, except for how the parameters are taken care, those things based on the syntax. So insert example will happen. So that is at level 0 we are done. And then again, now the level 1 starts, because we have inserted example, means we are into the function now. So the level 1 will start now. Remember that the first level 0 has not been terminated. It is still, the scope is open. Okay, and now we insert the next variables which are into the function now, that is at level 1. So first we are going to encounter A, so we are going to insert that, and then we are going to encounter B, we are going to insert that next, and then C. So these are level 1. And now as we start with the open bracket here, we have to create, because that is one part of the program within the function. Therefore, we will have to increment the level. Therefore, again, we are going to initialize the scope, and it becomes level 2A. And within this, we have insert B, we have insert Z, and if you have any other variables, it will be inserted here. And then this scope ends, because as I close the braces here, that particular scope ends. So that level 2A ends here, and therefore we are going to start with the new scope for the remaining part of your function, and that is initialize scope. And within this, we are going to insert this A and X, so one by one. And how to insert, already I have told you, you'll be using some hash function over there, and after running the hash function, you'll find some location, and to that location we are going to allocate, and we have to avoid collisions. Okay, so insert A and insert X, and then we within this scope, another scope is there which is nested. So I'm not going to terminate this level 2B at this stage, because inside something else is there. So we are going to increment the level number for this internal scope. Therefore, we are going to initialize that without closing level 2B. And then we are going to insert all the variables which are declared here. Insert C, insert X is done. And now we are going to use the lookup whenever we need to access, that is the retrieval of value is required. Like if I have to compute this B is equal to A plus B plus C plus W, what I need is, I need all these values, whether it is in the current level or in the previous level, whatever it is, we need the values of those. So you're going to look up for those variables, and you're going to find the values. So lookup of B, it will, anyway, this is LHS, but it will just look up whether that particular variable is present or not. Then we look up for A, then we look up for B, we look up for C, and we look up for W. How does it happen? I will show in the next slide. Means it will first see the current level, whether that particular variable value is available in the current symbol table or not. If it is found, it will give, otherwise it will go to the surrounding level and search over there. If there also, if it is not found, and it will go to the next level, it will start decrementing the levels, and then finally, when it finds the value, it will take them. Okay, so if at all you go like that, for W, you will get only in the level 0. For C, we will get in the current level. For B, we will get in the level 1. And for A, we are going to get in the level 2B. Okay, so like this, it will be done. And finally, now because this level 3 evaluation is done, so it will be terminated. As we terminate using the braces close bracket, we can also finalize the scope. So the scope of level 3 ends now, and then the scope of level 2B also ends now, and the scope of level 1 also ends, and the scope of level 0 also ends now. Okay, so like this we can complete the implementation of maintaining the shelf of tables. And if you have inserted everything, and if the values are available, it will complete the evaluation. Otherwise, it will give appropriate error messages. Okay, so it looks like this, current level, and then going to level 3. For that particular example, it accessed level 3, and then level 2B, and then level 1 and level 0 in that order. for different variables. So it has taken the values corresponding to that. Level 2A was created, but we didn't use because it was independent and we didn't use. Suppose if we had inserted this level 2A inside something, maybe we would have used it. Anyway, it is not used, but it is created. Okay, B and Z have been allocated maybe in different part of your program. You may use something like that. Okay, so like this, the tables are created and we can access using 4 functions. 2 for the main operations, that is the lookup and the insert operation, and the other 2 for handling the start and the end of the scope by using the initialize scope and the finalize scope. Okay, so that is the end of this particular topic, students. Symbol table topic is done. Okay, so maybe only thing is that we can apply for different examples. That's it. So we are done with this now. At 8:55, you will have the quiz ready. Okay, I will stop sharing the screen. Instructions for this quiz would be